the previous theory that you held dear, carbo loading, that's where that term was popularized in South Africa at least. What was that all about, carbo loading?
In 1970s, some Scandinavians developed a muscle biopsy technique where they would take a needle and put it in your muscle, and they would cut off a little bit of muscle, take it out, and then measure the contents of chemicals in the muscle. And they found that as you got tired, you used up the sugar in the muscles, the glycogen. And they speculated or said that the more glycogen you started with, the better you could perform. And so then we started saying, gee whiz, you can reduce exercise to one factor, how much glycogen or sugar you have in the muscles at the start. And the only way you can get lots of sugar in the muscle is to eat lots of carbohydrates, 600, 700 grams a day. And so I bought in. I mean, here I am.
Could you see the results though? I mean,
yes, but if you look back at the literature, it was very poorly defined studies. They were terrible. Terrible. But because they were great Scandinavian scientists, everyone said, gee, it has to be true. We repeated those studies in 2000 and found no effect. We found that, but because we had now done a study where we took athletes and told them they were getting carbohydrates, carbo loading, but in the one, we gave them a placebo that tasted like sugar but wasn't. And so they both started, one had lots of glycogen in their muscles and the other group didn't. And at the end there was no difference in performance. But because you're so brainwashed, and it's called groupthink, that's what happens. We said, oh, we must have made an error in the research. There must be something wrong with the research methods. And we didn't say, well, actually, it might disprove the whole theory.
So our psychology is to blame for those false findings.
Yeah,
you said groupthink.
Groupthink, which is you all think the same and you exclude anyone who thinks an alternatively and you demonize them.